A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this session, I'm going to be talking about short things that narcissistic people do in whatever dynamic they share with you. Because this session of mine is intended to make you feel better and also be careful with the behavior of narcissists before you get entangled in their negativity. For personal sessions, you can check out the description box and write to me once you're sure. My email address is thesunamoon@gmail.com. So one of the first things that narcissists tend to do a lot, if you talk about short things, then it's a fixation with appearance. And this is something which is seen literally in all types of narcissistic people because there are different types. And they are so dependent on their looks, or they judge other people on their looks. And looks mean a lot of things like clothing, hair, appearance, like body parts, height, weight, color, complexion, so many things. And this actually means that they have a lot of dependency on outward appearances. And they can spend hours in front of the mirror, or they can spend a lot of time trying to perfect their bodies. So I'm not saying all people are like that, like all people who go to gym are like that. Some people genuinely go to exercise, and some people genuinely, want to lose weight or get the healthy lifestyle. But a typical narcissist would be a person who is going to the gym only because they want to get like a perfect appearance, which is going to give them a lot of compliments or security in the society, within the society. And for them, society can be anything. It can be their family members, relatives, friends, someone they are interested in romantically, or even people who work for them. They just want to be like the perfect bodied person all the time. Now, when I talk about appearance, I also want to talk about their impression on other people. So they always want to have like a really amazing impression on other people. Like everybody should be like, wow, who is this person? Like they want to talk the perfect things. They want to walk the perfect way. Or, if they're sitting in like a group of 10-15 people, they purposely would come up with statements, and they would come up with phrases, or they would just, they do it on purpose. Like if you compare a narcissist with an empaths are like the last benchers in the classroom, And I'm talking about in the three-dimensional reality, in the worldly world reality, the empaths like to be quiet and introvert, and they're like, nobody should notice us. We should just have a good time, doing our things. But the narcissists are like, they want the bosses to notice them. They want all the other employees to notice them. They want to be the employee of the month, or whatever, intern of the month, or best student of the year, and things like that. Because of this, they somehow have this habit of talking about themselves in a way that they're constantly flaunting about themselves. Either they would be seen flaunting materialistic wealth, because materialistic objects also come in the appearance category. They fall under the external appearance. So they will be doing a lot of show off. They would be doing a lot of, I have this much, I have that much, I am so this, I am so that. And when they talk about their nature, they always want to come across as the most responsible person. And always remember one thing, those who brag too much about themselves, or those who show off too much, within they are quite insecure, and that happens with most narcissistic people. They cannot survive in difficult times that easily. They are the first ones to get anxiety attacks, or they're the first ones to be like, oh my God, this is so difficult. Whereas if you look at a person who is otherwise an introvert as compared to narcissistic people, friendly, social, I'm talking about a typical healed empath. I'm not talking about a super empath or a wounded empath, but a healed empath would be someone, who the narcissist should be like, but it's very hard for the narcissist to change because normally narcissistic people always think that they are perfect. And perfection is a mental disorder. It is one of the worst mental disorders to have. So they think they are perfect, and people who think they are perfect, they usually don't want to change. They don't want to work on themselves. They don't want to fix anything. So it's literally like if you are standing in front of the mirror and you don't like the reflection, whatever you see in the mirror, what are you going to do? Are you going to fight with it? Are you going to fix it? So narcissistic person would want to literally break the mirror if the mirror does not show them what they want to see. Now this obviously comes from the other people, the adult narcissist, and there are two types of narcissistic children that these adults create. One are the neglected child and one is the enabled. So if the narcissist raise an enabled child, then the enabled child is going to be a bully of another level, and they are always going to make other people unhappy. They are going to be like those people who always demotivate others, and they would be very proud of doing that. Like, when you demotivate other people or you make other people sad or you take out all their positive energy, usually a good person would not feel nice about it. But a narcissistic person is the opposite. So if you have seen the movie Snow White, and there is an evil queen in that movie, so that's what a narcissist is like. They want to be the best looking person. They want to be the most amazing person. They want to be the most talked about person. Like literally they can go to any measures to be likable by other people. They do not want to be disliked by anyone, and that itself gives them a lot of pain. So always remember, no matter what they show on the exterior, inside they are really suffering. They are very, very, very miserable. In fact, I feel bad for the children of narcissistic people because they want their children, or their children exist only to make their parents look good. So they don't have any other purpose in life. They don't have their own dreams. And the worst problem is they cannot even make their own decisions. So they literally have to carry forward whatever the parents have done. Everything, like they have to just be like mini-me versions. Like once they grow, then obviously no longer mini-me. They don't have any of their own brain or their own desires. Whatever career they choose, whatever business they choose, it has to be dependent on their parents' imaginations, hopes, and even the past work they have done. But a genuine person is somebody who does not like to take anything from anyone. Nothing from the parents, no money, no property, no passing on of business, no, questions like nothing about the education. If the parent has done a certain type of education, the child would probably do something, whatever they like, So appearance, physical looks, how people see them, and perfection, all of these things, all of these things. The next Sureshot thing that a narcissist would do is they do not have any empathy for other people. They have disregard for other people, and of course they are very manipulative, and they always use their interactions with other people to get their own things done. Even when a narcissistic person marries a person, or they date someone, they genuinely do not care for anyone. All they want is to use them as a supply, use them for whatever they need them for, and then discard them. They are really good in discarding other people after they're done with them. And they are very good in love bombing also, or you can say mirroring other people for a certain period of time. So till the time they want their things to be done, to get things done from other people, they are going to be the sweetest, nicest person. And once they are done, and it can be seen anywhere. It can be seen in official places. It can be seen in schools and colleges. It can be seen in businesses, business transactions. And most importantly, when they get into love affairs with people, it is a very toxic affair where they confuse their partners. One day they are very nice. They have a lot of mood swings, and the other day they are completely like, who the hell are you? They will actually act like they don't even know you. They can do that. They are very much capable of doing that. So this type of manipulation and mood swings and a lot of arguments, like when a narcissistic partner argues, they are never wrong. First of all. Secondly, they do a lot of justifications. They give a lot of justifications, and they do not like to listen to other people's justifications because their ego is so big. If your ego is very big, then there is no way truce can happen, no way forgiveness can happen, no way, nothing. There's no scope for anything. Yeah, but if they need you for something, if they feel that, yeah, I really genuinely need this person for anything, then they will listen to you, but still they will keep you very low, in the sense they will always want to dominate you. They always dominate you. There is a lot of power games they play. If you are going to be submissive towards them, then yes, this thing can work for some time, but it would be quite draining, because not only they are dominating, but they also, judge people a lot. So you can do anything. You can paint a picture, you can sing a song, you can dance, you can cook, you can even go and do some good work like for the society, for social work or something, but they will always judge you. Or they'll ask you questions in a way that will make you question yourself, like, am I doing the right thing? So be very careful, with these things. If you are already married to a narcissistic partner, your husband or wife is a narcissist, then you need to be a very independent person, and at the same time you need to stop sharing with them, because they don't listen to you because they care about you. They listen to you so that they can remember the things that they will use against you when you are in your weak moments. I know they sound like really, really selfish, but that's what narcissistic people are. They are very selfish. They're so selfish that they don't have empathy for anybody at all. Now this is my favorite point in this section, because here we are going to speak about the narcissist who always keeps praising themselves. Like some of the narcissistic people I know, even now, and no offense to them, they are good entertainers and they're very social, and they will, make you laugh, or they will have very interesting conversations. But the moment you'll leave from there, you can be 100% sure that they will make fun of you, they will talk badly about you, and they will also brag to people how many favors they've done on you, even if it's just a small favor, anything they do, whatever they are, whosoever they are, anybody they call, anybody they like. That's why, they have a big social group. Narcissistic people, they are not the type of people who can enjoy their solitude, and they will have very less friends, or they will be in nature. No. Nothing of that sort will happen. They will always have a, long list of people they know, and they also like to make people depend on them. So initially they will take care of you so much. They will be like so nice to you that you will actually get used to them, and you might get dependent on them. And that's exactly what they want. They want people to depend on them, because they like that, they like that energy of codependency. Also, they behave in such a way, or they talk in such a way that they are literally like, they think that they are movie stars. In fact, most movie stars are narcissistic people. So they want people to just constantly praise them. So a movie star is literally a narcissist in a full-fledged, form, because a regular narcissist who is in day-to-day society, even they are like that. The energy is very similar, because in my personal experience, I have hung out with both. I have hung out with very famous people, celebrities, and I've hung out with narcissistic people who are, either very wealthy people. So something is good about them. Like either they will be very beautiful, very beautiful. They look after themselves a lot. So there has to be one very strong element about them which they hold on to. It can be looks, it can be wealth, it can be education, and there would be some who would have all 3 or 4 of them. So you can't imagine their level of wanting to get compliments all the time, people constantly saying yes to them, like literally like coaching people and training people to constantly look up to them and treat them like they're under a spotlight. Sometimes you are sitting with a narcissist, you will literally feel like you have no other option but to praise them, or to compliment them, or to smile with them, or to laugh with them. And if by chance you give them a feedback, or you criticize something about them and it rubs them the wrong way, then they will not like you and they will ignore you. They will ignore you so royally. They'll wait for you to call them. They'll wait for you to be nice to them again. Until the time you're not going to praise them like 3-4 times, not give them compliments. See, because personally I also interact with people who are now in their old age. So you know that a person who has not changed themselves for their whole life, what are they going to change themselves at 70 or 80 or 65, 60? Although I don't consider age to be such a, like it's just a number. But you should look at their health also. You should look at everything. So if they are say 70 years old, a 70-year-old narcissist who's very wealthy, who is like dresses up very well, hangs out in one of the best cars, believe you me, you have to compliment them. And it has to be like some kind of exaggerated way of complimenting them. Otherwise they'll not feel good. Otherwise they'll keep complimenting themselves. They'll keep talking about some stories, I went there, I did this. Sometimes their stories are repetitive. Like they will say the same story 10 times, 20 times, again and again, with the same, passion, with the same like excitement. So people get trained by them, you literally get trained by them. And if you have been raised by a narcissistic parent, then your habit will be, you will be programmed to either become a narcissist yourself, a full-fledged narcissist, or else your life would be an extension to the narcissistic adult who has taken care of you and raised you. And a narcissist also needs people who put them on a pedestal constantly. So if they are in a relationship, okay, and the partner does not put them on a pedestal, sorry to say, the way they will break up with the partner, they will destroy the partner. Because they will get so angry, so mad, so revengeful, so like negative, like how dare this person did not put me on the pedestal, how dare this person did not constantly praise me, how dare this person do this or do that, So when they leave them, because obviously they will leave them, they don't want to be with such a person, they will destroy them for a long time, because that's what they want to do. They want that other person to feel like they are disgusting, because they cannot see how amazing they are. Like they're so unlucky. They look at that person as like, this person is so unlucky because this person is not in my good books. And be very careful of the abusive narcissist, the physically abusive narcissist. Like I think once or twice if it happens, like once there is physical abuse and it's a narcissist, it would be better and advisable that you step out of it immediately. And don't worry about them, because they will not take long to find another option, because they're always ready with the options. They always, they have plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatever, they have it ready. The only reason why you see that narcissistic people are very successful in their careers or very wealthy, or as I said, if they go to the gym or they go to some kind of a health fitness thing, they will always be in shape or always be very good looking or very well dressed or very well maintained because of their dire need to get praised constantly. Okay, and they take professions where they are very popular, like very high position government job, or as I said, the movie industry, the television industry. They will be in very high profile careers. If they are in business, they will be very successful business people. If they are in politics, they would be successful. They would be like famous and popular, as I said, social. Now, if you are the empath who's got the fortune or misfortune to be with them, then you need to make sure that you maintain a very strong position in front of them. Like, they need you, as a supply. You should either be having a lot of achievements in the background, you should be either very wealthy, you should be having lots of fancy cars. If not, then you should be extremely good looking. Something has to be going good about you. Like, something has to be really amazing about you that they cannot figure out, or they cannot, compete with you in those areas. So you need to be like on your feet all the time if you want to be with the narcissist. So sometime I have noticed this in some of the successful couples where this game is being played, the partner does not take them seriously. They really don't take them seriously. And the partner becomes equally selfish. So the narcissist sort of thinks that, they need to keep up with this person because this person does not see them or probably knows too much about them. If you look at the narcissist from a psychological standpoint, then you should know that they've had a very damaged and wounded childhood, or their inner child is very wounded and damaged because this type of hunger they have for constant compliments, constant, being on a pedestal, constantly someone should adore them, constantly someone should make them feel like they're amazing or uplift them, sort of keep on working on them. This comes from a very, very, very wounded and false understanding of self, inner child. It's like when they attack other people, they are trying to make them feel inferior so that they can feel superior. Okay, so again, you have to praise them daily, literally. Every day you have to compliment them, every day you have to praise them, every day you have to act like you are their servant. You are there to only serve them, and then only they will be happy with you. So some of the narcissists are also social workers because they get a huge kind of a image push from that side. It's not easy to be around such people because if you're working under them, if you're an intern or if you're a proper employee under them, they will drive you nuts. They will drive you nuts and they will humiliate you a lot in many different ways. Sometimes subtle ways, sometimes sarcastically, sometimes, they'll just make a passing comment and they'll give you lots of responsibilities. And every time they will see that you are not really looking up to them or you don't care about them, you're done with it, they will be very nice to you suddenly. So they keep doing this love bombing experiments in between so that the people, who are supposed to do their work carry on their with their chores, because they also want other people to see them as good bosses or good supervisors, good teachers, good coaches. They also start to making that person feel that, what, I'm doing so much for you and you're really amazing, you're very nice and this and that. So there's always a thin line between everything. Every extreme has a middle point, right? So you need to be smart enough to figure out what is that middle point. The extreme will never be good. Now, the next thing that you will see very, very strongly in a narcissist is that they like to be one of the most important person in a group dynamic or in a conversation or in some kind of a project. Like they want to be the most important person all the time. But especially in official scenarios, or say if a narcissist is conducting an interview, okay, he or she has invited a lot of narcissistic people conduct these interviews, where senior journalists I have seen, media people I have seen, famous actors, they have conducted these interviews, or they run some kind of a talk show, but they constantly interrupt the person who's speaking. Like, the interruption is so obvious and so insane, and if the other person is very smart, then it's okay. But if the other person, like if a very learned person comes on their show or whatever it is they are doing, then they would like to listen to them to get the most important information, and then they will again give their own advice. So they keep doing this. It's very annoying. If you can think of some celebrity, I have like so many names in my mind right now, because they try to impress the materialistic people the most. So the materialistic people are normally their followers. Spiritual people or empaths, they won't care much about them. For them, they are just like there, either they are doing entertainment or they're just talking about something, and that's it. Their energy is different. Their vibration is very different. So birds of a feather flock together. So narcissistic people always attract followers who want to be like them, who are like really like wow about that person. They like to interrupt people, or they don't like to listen to other people, or some of them have really good style of communication. So yeah, they might even generate attention from other people, but this also comes from the tendency or the hollowness or the emptiness they have, because of which they want to get praised by other people. They always want to be the center of attention. And as I said, if the parent has raised and enabled narcissist, then obviously they will also be overprivileged. So if they go to some place, they would be like the chief guest, or they would want some extra attention, some extra thing for them. Normally, an empath, if we talk about a healed narc, sometimes a narcissistic can heal and turn into an empath also. They would probably not even want to go for those social events or social gatherings, or those, whatever you want to call it, those kitty parties or golf parties or some kind of car racing. These are all activities that are built with, along with other people, so that the narcissist can feel like the most important person in a certain gathering. I can talk a lot about the narcissistic people, and I would be making more videos on this subject. But last point that I want to say for this session, an important point, is that the narcissistic people, they are constantly going to blame other people. They're always going to find fault in other people, and they cannot forgive people easily. So all the lower energies, actually, if you look at the level of consciousness chart created by David Hawkins, you will notice on the bottom, it's like a inverted pyramid. So in the bottom has all the qualities like shame and guilt. Shame and guilt is the most bottom, and it is connected to vendetta, it is connected to despising, and the negative feeling is the evil feeling of being miserable and feeling of being evil. So if you look at guilt as an emotion, as a feeling, then it's a very low vibrating feeling to have, which also leads to the emotion of blame. And the view of life is that life is evil. God is evil, life is evil, everything is evil, it's an evil world, etc., etc. This also means that such people are living constantly in hell dimensions. So when I speak about hell, heaven, in between, paradise, purgatory, all these places, these are all places that we create, and the energy that we have creates an experience for us. So the experience they have is of hell, either the victim or the abuser consciousness. So yeah, they are going to always tell you that you're wrong, or tell other people they are wrong in a very subtle way sometimes, Sometimes they don't really go all out, but they want to tell people that, the power struggle is always there with the narcissist, and they sometimes get power by being rude or by putting the person down. There are some narcissists who crack very, lot of jokes, very cruel jokes on other people. or they have a way, you know, like you figure it out on your own. They have different tools and techniques to make other people feel insecure. Like when a narcissist will enter a party, they will have a very heavy energy about them, a very strong aura around them, you know. And I'm not talking about a cute aura or a loving aura or a vibing aura. It's a aura that people will feel their weight. And this weight obviously comes because they're carrying a weight constantly on their shoulders. And that weight is to be liked by other people. It's the weight that's coming from the pain, the inner child, the wounded inner child's pain of getting validation from the outside world, from other people. And just in case somebody refuses them, like, no, I'm not so bad, I'm not so this, then they will do something that will show them their place. A narcissist is a perfect, like a character in a family politics scenario. Like every family, normally a big family, especially if it is a joint family or a big family, they always have their own family politics going on. There is a politics going on in the country or in the state or in the societies, but there is definitely a politics also going on in different families. So the narcissistic person is literally like the one who is deciding for everyone. They are the ones who decide who is the one who should get rewards, who should be the one to get boycotted, who should be the one to get praised. They want their, you know, like superiority, and they will somehow make you compliment them, even here. So if they blame other people, then they are going to definitely justify that, yes, this other person is like this, like that, and I am the one who knows. So for a spiritual empath, it won't really be a big problem or a difficulty to understand them, to know them. But if you are somewhere struggling in your inner work, then these narcissistic people can have a lot of impact on your energy, and you can literally feel very drained after hanging out with them. So there are many more points which are pending. In this particular video session, I'm going to make it like a part 1 of this. And in part 2, I'll come back again and I will share some more points, some short things that a narcissistic person will do to you. With this, we come to the end of this video. The intention behind all of my content is to help somebody who's in confusion and who by any chance is thinking that they are not good enough or they don't deserve to be loved. All of you are lovable and all of you deserve to be loved. So, thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.